Modern Mahjong's here, and we know everyone's excited for the 2025 National Mahjong League card that plays by National Mahjong League rules. So here are our predictions for some frequently asked questions. If you have the questions, probably other people do, so we're sharing them here. We have a frequently asked questions on our Facebook group. We are going to keep updating this. We are changing and updating and editing if there's anything we missed, so feel free to send us an email if you see some things that you need clarification on. Let's start with the 2025 section. Number 3 is in 2025 in one suit, the 2 and the 5 pungs, which is 3 of a kind, in another, and then dragons in a third suit. A reminder, the white dragon, when used as a 0, is suit neutral. So you could use the white dragon with bam, dot, or crack. Then the 2 and the 5 have to be in the second suit and the dragon in a third. If you use white dragon for the D, you'll need to use at least one joker for that. Moving along. In the 2468 section, there's a few questions. Number 2, addition hands in this section and the other section that has an addition hand must be those hands only. You can't just make up any hand that adds together. Number 4, it's 4 flowers, then 2468 in one suit, 222, a pung of twos and another pung of twos. Those pungs have to be even number. If you use 2, you have to use 2. If you use 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, and it has to be 3 separate suits. Number 7, you have a pair of flowers, a Kong of twos, 4 of a kind, a Kong of dragons, and then another Kong of twos. Read those parentheses. The Kongs must match in number, but not in suit. So you need any 3 suits, and the like Kongs have to be either 2 and 2, 4 and 4, 6 and 6, or 8 and 8. And then number 8, very similar theme here. The 2, 4, 6, 8 is one suit, and the pungs of twos have to match but be different suits. This any like numbers is very interesting. We haven't seen this one in a while, or maybe at all. It's 4 flowers and then 2 pungs of the same number. Sometimes it's easier to think of any same number, not any like, because whatever number you pick has to be the same throughout the whole hand. But that green, which could be bam, crack, or dot, those pairs have to be pairs and not 4 of a kind. So no jokers in that. Reminder that color doesn't determine suit. The pair can be bam, crack, or dot, but has to match. Now we're into the consecutive run section, and this one is going to make people read. It's all in one color, but it's a printing error, and it's actually any 3 suits. So the large card has it all in one color. We think the standard has it in 3, but the parentheses override it, and it might be parenthesis. We have to check our spelling on that, but it's any 3 suits that overrides the one color. Number 7 is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a Kong of a matching number. In the example given, the Kong matches the 1, which is the pair. Any 5 consecutive numbers, pair any number in the rung, Kongs must match. So we read this, and we've confirmed you could do this as, instead of just 1, 1, it could be 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the Kongs have to be 2s. You could do anything starting with 1 and that ends with by 9. So it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the pairs could be 6s, as in this example, or could they be 7s or 8s or 9s? Whatever you use for the pair has to be the matching Kongs in the 2 other suits. Moving on to winds and dragons. Number 2 is interesting because it's a pair of flowers, then 3 consecutive numbers, and then 3 sets of dragons. The consecutive numbers do not have to match the Kong of dragons because it says any 3 dragons. 3, 6, 9, the addition hand, like we said before, has to be only those in the hands listed. Number 4 in that section, you have 3 flowers and then 4 3s, 4 9s, and then 3, 6, 9, which are singles, so no jokers in those. The Kong of 3 and 9 must match, and the 3, 6, 9 has to be a different suit. Here's some general notes that apply every year. When we come up with these graphics, we come up with different terms to help players understand and increase their confidence. We use terms like fixed, flexible, and mixed to discuss different hands, and we go into detail in our visual companion guide for American Mahjong available on Amazon. Sections that have headings that are numbered are fixed. You must only use those numbers that are in the heading. Be sure, especially this year, to read those parentheses because they could expand or limit the hand. Remember, you can never use a joker for a single or a pair, and spacing on the card doesn't turn single tiles into a group. Examples of groups of singles are news, 2025, 123, east or west. You never could use a joker in any of those. You can't call a tile that's a single or a pair unless it's for your Mahjong. And a reminder, you can never call a joker if it's correctly named. A reminder that colors on the card only indicate how many suits, not which suits. And in the section Winds and Dragons, unless it's otherwise stated, the letters NEWS all stand for those specific tiles. Usually you'll see the parentheses any wind in other sections like quints. So we hope this helps, and this is just our preliminary review. We're going to dive more into the card and get back to you with more information. We invite you to join us, check out our upcoming events, both online and in person. You missed the first lesson. We're doing a 3-part lesson on Kveller.com, but even though you missed it, if you register now, you will immediately get a confirmation email with a replay of Tuesday's lesson. And then you could catch up and join us live next Tuesday and the week after. So you could visit bit.ly/Mahjong series, and the M and the S are capital. So don't miss out. It's a great series. And now that we have the card, we could add some tidbits for the card in the series. If you're in South Florida, join us on April 7th at Pinstripes in Aventura. And if you're in South Florida, you want to make a trip out of it, get a romantic getaway or friends, guys weekend, girls weekend, come on down to South Florida and join us for our card class and luncheon. Details on our website. If you play Canasta, you're invited to join us for our first Modern American Canasta convention. Details on bit.ly/CanastaCon25. We invite you to check out our women-owned business, modernmahjong.com. This is where all of these posts and everything originated. We have a curated collection of Mahjong and Canasta gifts and accessories, and hope you check it out. As you know, we share information that is really valuable and helps you play with confidence. If you aren't following us and other friends are that you play with, you're missing out. So what are you missing out on?